Thanks very much, Gwen. Guys, thanks very much for coming out today. The weather was always going to be inclement. We thought there was going to be rain, but by and large, it's been relatively kind. So thanks for being here and saying loud and clear that we're not going away. There has been lots of speeches, lots of brilliant speeches, so fortunately for you, you don't have to listen to me long because most has already been said. I just want to say, from a political perspective, I'm a socialist. I believe in the redistribution of wealth, a fundamental redistribution of wealth and power from the rich to the ordinary man and woman. I believe that everyone deserves a decent standard of living. Everyone deserves the ability not to have to put aside money to choose between eating or heating. If someone's in work, for instance, one of their phrases which I despise, and in an independent Scotland I want it to be abolished, the phrase, which is an oxymoron, the working poor. The working poor. Brothers and sisters, if you're working, why the hell are you poor? You're only poor because your employer isn't paying you a decent wage. That's what we have to face up to. In an independent Scotland, with the vast wealth that we have from our oil and our gas and our clean energy technology, from the land, from the intelligent communities, the universities, there is no need in Scotland for the levels of poverty that shame us as a nation. We have to accept that politics is about choices. This group of charlatans in Westminster told us this week that they couldn't afford the £300 million to pay the winter fuel allowance. They would only pay it to those who were in receipt of pension credit. Some of you may not know, but you don't get pension credit if your income is more than £11,300 a year. £11,300. Brothers and sisters, the national living wage is £18,500. If that's the national living wage, why the hell are pensioners living at £11,300? We have to say to Lamy and Co, if you can afford an extra £600 million to send to bloody Ukraine, then you can certainly afford £300 million to give every pensioner the winter fuel allowance. We have to say, when they talk about money and they talk about choices, do you know that there are now 50 families across the UK whose combined wealth is greater than half the population of the UK? Put that in the figures. 50 families have got more wealth than 33 million people. Brothers and sisters, that is nothing short of obscene. Absolutely obscene. So when politicians say we don't have a choice, tell them they're liars. Because they do have a choice. If they were to introduce a 1% wealth tax on the richest in the UK, it would raise £25,000 billion. 25 billion! 25 billion! Wealth taxes would mean no cuts to the winter fuel payment. It would mean no cuts to local authorities. It would mean that we could invest in free school meals for every child in Scotland. Politics is about choices. And while these politicians choose to attack the poor and the pensioners and those who are seeking asylum from countries that we've bloody bombed, please, 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 the next time you hear someone who maybe doesn't understand and they say, oh, we really don't have enough room, we really can't afford to have anyone else come to this country, please say to them, don't get angry with people who want to come to this country. Get angry with those who bombed their countries in the first place to make them need to come to this country. The independent Scotland I have in my heart isn't an independent Scotland that says we've got no more room at the table, so we'll build a wall. The independent Scotland I want to build is an independent Scotland where we say, let's build a bigger table, not any walls. Let's say to ordinary men and women from wherever that if you want to come and live and work in our country, then we offer the hand of friendship, not the fist of fury. We say loud and clear that regardless of creed, of culture, of colour, we believe fundamentally that we're all part of the one race, and it's called the human race. That's what human solidarity is all about. Brothers and sisters, I want to finish my contribution by appealing to you to say loud and clear that we reject the politics of despair that says that it's okay to keep 50 families having more wealth than 33 million people. We want to reverse that. We want an independent Scotland where we invest in health, we invest in education, we invest in housing, we create the jobs that people need, and we create a standard of living that we can be proud of. Child poverty across the UK is currently running at 32.6%. There's nothing inevitable about that. In Finland it's 2.6, in Sweden it's 3.2, in Norway it's 3.6. There's nothing inevitable about that level of child poverty. The reason we have it is because of the obscene inequality of wealth. There is more than enough wealth for everyone. What we need to do is share it out. And my final wee comment is this. To those who don't ever say, I'm sorry, we can't afford to go and give money to Ukraine because we need to give it to our pensioners. To those who say we need to increase the defence budget, we never hear them saying, oh, we can't afford nuclear weapons because we're cutting the winter fuel allowance. Brothers and sisters, I want an independent Scotland where anybody who wants nuclear weapons, do you know what? You can come here, or you can go to the station at Queen Street or Central, and we'll even provide you with the wee stickers, and you can shake the rattling can, and you can say to the public, please help me, I want to build a nuclear weapon. And the reason you'll be able to do that is because there'll be nobody there shaking the rattling can saying, please help me, we need a new MRI scanner at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. Please help me because we're campaigning against homelessness. Please help me, because your school doesn't have a dry building to teach your children in. Because though all of those problems will have been dealt with, because we'll have used our wealth to make sure our hospitals are well equipped, our schools are well equipped, and we have enough houses to house our population. Brothers and sisters, politics is about priorities. Let's prioritise people. Let's put people before profit. That's the independent Scotland I want to see. Thanks very much.